Hey there everyone, good morning. We have a brand new banner that is live, along with some events as well. There's the Forging Bonds events that corresponds with this banner that just went live. And that is of course the beast units from Fates, basically, plus Panne from Awakening. But she is a Grand Hero Battle Reward, so we'll talk, not exactly in this banner, but she's kind of part of it. We'll talk about her a little bit at the very end, just to kind of give you insight, because she does kind of correspond to similar typings and things like that we have in this banner. So I wanted to include a little bit on her just in case this was helping you decide whether or not you wanted to pull on this banner, because they are unique. We do have infantry and cavalry type beast units in this banner, and prior we've only had, I think Nyla was infantry, and everybody else was flying beast units. So that said, I'm gonna talk just about what we know about her so far, and I'll do a deeper dive on her on free-to-play comparison probably in a couple days. So I'm also going to include timestamps of everything in the bottom top pinned comment probably, so if you want to skip around, feel free to check that out as well. But right now we're gonna start and just look at Keaton. I will, of course, give spoiler warnings for Panne before we get to her. So, Keaton, he's got Wolfskin Fang, which, by the way, I pulled this from Game Press. Thank you, Game Press. This, however, which I'm just going to leave up, is a simplified banner skills graphic done by Reddit user LightDasher14. Or no, just LightDasher. LightDasher, sorry. Reddit user LightDasher, and I'm gonna leave that up because these things put like the most extensive fusion Yu-Gi-Oh cards to shame, and it just makes life easier. So we're gonna leave these up. We're gonna be talking about Wolfskin Fang first, obviously. So if you don't want to read all that, the general gist is inflicts speed -5. Has a multi-phase brave weapon, and gives +2 attack and Wodao upon transformation. So all that simplified into like 3 sentences. That's pretty great. Keaton also comes with Draconic Aura, Special Spiral, which is really nice, and Beast Valor, which is a new skill that we haven't had before. It's ×2 SP. Nothing too crazy there, except Special Spiral is pretty darn good. Now then, the stats. HP of 45, attack of 41, speed of 24, defense of 38, and res of 19. So, he's a very good physical wall. He has multi-phase brave weapon, as we've already seen, and he rivals the highest attack stat in the game. Great. Now his weapon's only 9, right? So I think that kind of helps mitigate it a bit, but he's still going to hit 50 attack on neutral. And I believe he has a super boon in his attack stat. So, if you get a plus attack, Keaton, you will be looking at 54 attack, and that is pretty insane. Given that he has the weapon that he does, and the defense that he does. So, if you don't have any special attackers or like enemy units that target res, we'll say that. If your opponent doesn't have any of that, the enemy doesn't have that, Keaton is good. Keaton's pretty darn good. He is, of course, infantry beast unit, and he's a red, so he's the only one we have of that right now. Only 2 red beast units as it stands, Tibarn and Keaton. So Keaton's pretty good. I was kind of thinking he would be, given that his weapon is, you know, brave on both phase, and that's pretty impressive. But we have more to go over. So if you're thinking about it, Keaton's one of the better units on this banner. Next up, we're going to take a look at Velouria. So Velouria is a very popular unit. She's got kind of a cult following, I think. I think everybody really likes Selkie. Okay. But Velouria is not far behind either. Wolf Pup Fang, which again, if you don't want to read all that, we've got speed +3 and a -2 cooldown for self and support ally, along with a +2 attack and Wodao on transformation. They're both from Wolfskin, so it makes sense. This is kind of an interesting unit. She's got Luna, close defense, and ward beasts. But the stats that she has are very, very well rounded. HP of 40, attack of 35, speed of 37, defense of 33, and res of 23. So again, not very heavy on the res. Not nearly as low as Keaton. But the speed is very, very high, which, you know, with the weapon skill, she's hitting 40 speed, just neutral. She's also got close defense, which, you know, helps her again. No long range support on that, but with close defense, you know, at point range, she's gonna have 39 defense, 29 res, which is pretty good. But the speed is pretty insane. She's not hitting 41 attack like Keaton, but 35 plus 14, say it with me, is 49. So even though her attack is a little bit lower, her weapon mount is a lot more. So it kind of helps make up for it, honestly. She's only 1 point difference once the weapon's equipped. So that's pretty impressive. Velouria is a pretty good unit. I would say kit-wise, Keaton having Special Spiral is a lot better. But Luna, you know, Luna's pretty darn good. And we've got that cooldown effect, so she'll be hitting Luna's pretty consistently, I would say. And she's colorless, so she doesn't necessarily have any weakness, whereas Keaton, you know, blue units might give him a little bit of trouble. Next up, we're going to be looking at Kaden, which Kaden was one that I was like, okay, this could be interesting. Kitsune Fang, okay, green cavalry beast unit with Kitsune Fang. Defense +3, buffs on self become drives essentially, and grants +2 attack. Attack and defense -4 on opponents on initiation. Foe cannot follow up on transformation. So all of that, which you can see is very small, simplified in about 4 sentences. Beautiful. Thank you again, Light Dasher. Alright, so green cavalry, which cavalry can't go through force, I guess. That's a thing, which is strange. I feel like Kitsune would kind of handle force pretty well, but hey, this is Heroes and not everything is canon. So pivot and speed wrestling 3, which is a pretty good skill, and goad beasts. So this was the banner, if I hadn't already mentioned it in one video or another. This is the banner that kind of helped introduce some more beast skills. We already had the beast valor on Keaton, and then we had ward beasts on Velouria. Now we're getting goad beasts on Kaden. And Kaden is, he's good, he's balanced. I would say Kaden is relatively balanced stat-wise. So HP of 38, attack of 32, speed of 36, defense of 25, along with the same in res. Res is also 25. Weapon isn't like too crazy. You're gonna have to buff him quite a bit, but I guess that's what the goad skills and the ward skills and things like that are kind of for. So these units kind of, you know, work well in this banner. It's worth noting that Kitsune Fang also gives him a defense buff of 3, so it bumps his defense up just a little bit, so 28, still not bad. Ultimately pretty fast. 36 is reasonably pretty fast for the most part, and you know, he's gonna have a +2 attack. So again, not maybe as strong as the Wolfskin units on this banner, but hey, you know, either way, still looking pretty okay. You know, yeah, he'll be up there. He'll be up there. He'll be close. With that, he's probably about as strong as Velouria. I mean, hey, It's all up to preference, honestly. The cavalry thing is a bit of a setback, I think, of all the beast type units that we have, which, God helping, they don't make an armor beast unit. I hope they don't make an armor beast unit. That would just be absolutely tragic. But we've got pretty much everybody else at this point. Cavalry, infantry, flyer. Cav seems to be less than desirable just because of the obstacles that they have to overcome. However, I don't know if it's been confirmed or not, whether or not they move 4 spaces, or if it's still just 3. I'm assuming it would just be 3 that I'm aware of. I don't think they would introduce 4 space units yet, because that would just be, well, I don't think they're gonna do that. Let's just leave it at that. Yeah, we have one more to go on, and that would be Selkie. Everybody seems to love Selkie. I can't get past the voice personally. That's a little too much for me. But she's got Fox Kit Fang, which simplified gives res +3, which even simplified, this one's pretty long. If res is greater than melee foe's res, gives bonus to all stats equal to 50% of difference with a max +8. It gives +2 attack, and attack defense -4 on opponent on initiation. Foe cannot follow up upon transformation. So basically the Wolfskins, they get this kind of Wodow effect with a +2 attack, and the Kitsune get this +2 attack with an attack defense -4 on opponent on initiation, and the foe can't follow up upon transformation. Those are kind of the general likeness that we have between these two weapon classes. So she's also got Iceberg, attack speed bond 3, sabotage attack, which is a new classification of B skill. The sabotage. We haven't had any sabotage skills yet, and that at the start of turn, if any foe's res is less than or equal to the unit's res -3, that foe has an adjacent ally next to another foe, inflicts attack -7 on that foe through its next action. So again, kind of working into clusters with that type of skill. And then she's got even res wave. So if sabotage didn't really kind of explain it, Selkie's all about the res, and we'll see that in her stats. She's got 35 HP, 29 attack, 38 speed, so very, very fast, not getting doubled here. Defensive 19 and res of 35. So the thing that really sets Selkie apart, I think, from the other beast units, and even the beast units that we had for the Radiant banner, she's very res heavy, right? That is a monster res, and with res wave, every other turn she's going to be hitting 41 res, which is insane. So that's going to be popping off sabotage attack pretty quickly. She's also got attack speed bond, which I thought was interesting. I guess it would make sense to kind of buff her speed. Her res is already kind of ridiculous, but attack res bond may have been interesting as well. Maybe if they didn't have res wave, that might have been a thing, or a more reasonable thing, we'll say. But yeah, Selkie definitely has like the best kit. Like if you're gonna pick a unit just to like fodder off for potential, Selkie definitely has the best potential there. Now the thing about Selkie, right? She is a blue beast unit with cavalry. So the thing that makes her unique in terms of movement type, color, things like that, this is actually what. Well, actually, spoilers coming up. So if you don't want to know about Panne, this is where you click away from the video. Selkie actually shares the same kind of movement type as Panne. So let's go ahead and talk about Panne. We already know that Selkie has the best kit. If you're gonna try and pull on this banner, you should probably try and get either Selkie or Keaton, I think, in my opinion. Let me go ahead and get rid of that as well. All right, so Panne's stats are incoming in 3, 2. There it is. Alright, so Panne, who actually looks a lot younger than her Awakening art, which I thought was interesting. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so this is going to be a doozy. This is going to be a doozy. We have Tegul Fang, which is effective against cavalry foes. That's her weapon skill. If unit is adjacent only to beast or dragon allies, and unit is not adjacent to any or any other ally, grants attack speed, defense, res +3 during combat. At start of turn, if unit is adjacent to only beast or dragon allies, blah blah blah, transforms, gives attack +2, and if unit initiates combat, inflicts defense, attack defense -4 on foe during combat, and foe cannot make a follow-up attack. So very similar to the Kitsune weapon effect there. That's second half. But if unit's only adjacent to beast or dragon allies, or if she's solo, i.e. not adjacent to anybody, she gets attack speed, defense, res +3 during combat, which is really, really good. That's a really, really good weapon skill to have. She's kind of got the best of both worlds. So you can run her on a solo beast team, or, you know, dragon team, whatever you want to do. She's going to have probably advanced movement, so she's going to be at 3 anyway. So if she's soloing, she's likely going to be one space ahead of your normal human types, just because of her movement type. And the weapon skill is pretty darn good. Now this is a free unit, all right. The weapon skill is really, really good. She also comes with Astra, and I'm looking at my notes over here. She has Chill Speed 3, which is her 5-star skill. I know, everybody calm down. And then she's also got Defense Smoke 3 at 4, which is great. So she does only come with 2 skills, a B and a C, but they are both extremely good. Smoke skills and speed skills are great in Arena. They have pretty high SP cost, so that's always a plus. And overall, they are some of the more helpful skills. So pretty good free-to-play unit, honestly. Pan's pretty darn good. Stats looking, you know, about free-to-play-ish. HP 41, attack 29, speed of 34, defense of 30, and res of 23. So I mean, overall, still pretty good, honestly. Attack's a little low. Her weapon looks like it's got 14, so we're gonna add 14 to that. You know, she's still sitting at like 43, I think. Yeah, 43. Speed's pretty fast though. Not likely getting doubled. At least, not by most infantry, and well, unless you're Valentine's Ike. But ultimately, pretty good. Pretty safe, definitely worth investing in, I would think. But we'll cover her more on the free-to-play comparison that we've got coming up very soon. And that's that. Let me know in the comments what you think about this banner. It's not really a banner for me. I'm most excited about Panne, and after seeing the skills that she's coming with too, that is pretty exciting. So I'm most excited about Panne. I will, of course, do a summoning, but I'm probably only going to use my tickets and a couple orbs on that banner in particular. And I probably, honestly, would have stopped after the free-to-play summon, just because... but because we have tickets, you know, we might as well. So there we go. Again, timestamps are in the top pinned comment. If you need to go back and check anybody specifically, I won't make you sit through my rambling. But that's it. Let me know what you guys think about this banner, these units. Are you polling? Did you poll? What did you get already? Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.